Hey folks, today I'm gonna show you how to make this. The Infinity Gauntlet from Avengers Endgame, using only some cardboard and a few tools. Let's dive into it. Hey, I'm Raphael. I work in the movie industry as a professional steady camera operator, but I also have an unusual skill. I make awesome props from movies like this, with just a few pieces of cardboard and some easy tools. I explain to you how to do this, so if you are new here, consider subscribing. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to make the Infinity Gauntlet, and I know that some of you have been waiting for this one for a long time. But hey, at any point during this tutorial, don't forget to check out the notes and links in the description below. I list all the tools that I use, as well as some additional resources, and of course templates for all parts that I've built. Now let's jump into the video. At first, I started by cutting pieces of cardboard like those ones. Using a precision knife, cut all the pieces from the templates that are linked in the description below. And I reported them on my cardboard that way. For these pieces, report the numbers as well. Glued them together, matching the numbers each other. To end up with a piece like this. Then I made a skeleton to keep it in a correct shape. Don't forget that all the templates are in the description below. Using a circle cutter, I cut a round piece like this. With a pencil, I made a line in the center. Then I made the rest of the skeleton. Next, I close the openings, adapting more pieces of cardboard. I cut and glued 4 pieces like this to make the height difference. Then I made more pieces like those ones to make the design on the gauntlet. Glue those ones at about 1 cm from the bottom here, and align this corner in the middle of the gauntlet. Then I glue the other one on the other side. Next, I glue the pieces for the front of the gauntlet. Question of the day: what prop from Marvel would you like me to make next? Write the name of them in the comment section below. Cut the bottom of those pieces, like this. Afterwards, don't forget to erase the numbers. I adapted a little pieces of cardboard here. Next, I started to make the design on the back of the gauntlet. Glue this one in the middle here, and at about 5 mm from the bottom here. Then I kept going to make the design. Don't forget that all the templates are in the description below. For those ones, pay attention to glue only the top of it on your gauntlet. To end up having pieces not completely plated against your gauntlet. Next, I remove the middle of the one piece on the top. I shaped it a little bit to make it more oval, like this, and I removed the bottom of the skeleton as well, which is no longer necessary from now on. Next, I started to make the hand. Using hot glue, glue those notches like this. Glue both of them together and glue it on your gauntlet. Don't forget that all the templates are in the description below, as well as the tools and products that I use. I made another piece like this to make the base of the thumb. Using a precision knife, remove what exceeds. Next, I started to make the palm of the hand. Using a ruler, fold these pieces right on the lines. Put some hot glue on it to keep the shape still. And glue it on your craft. And using wood glue and a small tool, I smoothed the corners. Then, using a thin pieces of cardboard that I thickened it by folding it in half, I cut most of the details for the glove. Closed the corrugations and made most of the details. By the way, if you feel like you need to see more about a specific part that I've maybe showed too fast, sign up for free to my mail list in the description below and you receive a time-lapse video start to finish of the entire construction, as well as additional information and pictures of this craft. Next, I cut several slices of cardboard paper. I made rollers with it. And I hardened them using a mix of wood glue and water. I use them to make the rest of the details on the gauntlet. That way. Using thin pieces of cardboard, I close the corrugations on the top as well. You have to keep in mind that details are important, but making them with cardboard is tricky and really time consuming, so I advise you to do the best you can in the time that you have and not to focus too much on being exact on everything. At the end of the day, what matters the most will be the quantity and the diversity of details that you have on your build. Next, using the same process, I made thicker rollers to make these parts. Afterwards, using a precision knife and a small tool, I made the design on them. And I did the same for the bottom. I glued two pieces like this here. I cut several more pieces like this. I close the corrugations. And I glued them together. And I glued the whole object on the thumb. Then I realized that the top of this piece was going to keep me from moving the fingers, so I removed it. All the templates that you need are in the description below, but keep in mind that even with the templates, you probably have to fit your own pieces to your own construction a little bit, and especially for the fingers that you probably have to adapt to the size of your own hand. Then I started to make the fingers. Using hot glue, pay attention to make angles with the edges that way. That will allow the phalanges to move properly. Next, to make the tips of the fingers, I made thick rollers using wood glue. Using your thumb, push the middle of it in order to round the tip that way. Afterwards, sand it slightly. Then glue them on the little phalanges. Here. Then I cut fingers from a garden glove and I glued them in my fingers, that way. Pay attention not to glue the entire surface in it, that will allow the fingers to move correctly. Next I added pieces of cardboard here. And I did the same for all the fingers. To make the thumb, I made a piece like this. And I glued it here. I made the big phalange that way. I folded the edges, and I made the second phalange that way. To make the tip of the thumb thicker than the other ones, I added another piece of cardboard. And I glued it on the little phalange. To make the details and design on the fingers, using a precision knife I removed little parts from the first layer of corrugations. Then, using the same technique that I used before, I made the details in those notches. To make them, don't hesitate to have a look on the reference pictures that are linked in the description with the templates. Next, I glue them in the gauntlet. Next, using gemstones that you can buy on Amazon for a cheap price, I made the Infinity stones. I glued a few yellow ones together to make the Mind Stone. To make the construction solid and resistant, I covered the whole object with a mix of wood glue and water. I made 2 layers of it, one with an equal mix of wood glue and water, and a second one with twice as much wood glue as water. And next I cover it with 2 layers of varnish. This one is a little bit time consuming, but it's worth it. And if you feel like you need to see more about a specific step, sign up for free to my email list in the description below and you receive a time-lapse video start to finish of the entire construction. And if you want to learn more about how to make props and stuff out of cardboard like this, watch those videos over here and hit the subscribe icon as well so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.